Before the city even wakes up, the heartbeat of the production floor has already begun. Hygiene and safety are the first and most critical rules before touching any food. The entire factory space is carefully sanitized, preparing to receive a fresh batch of ingredients. High-pressure water thoroughly eliminates any trace of the previous day. Natural oak wood logs, the soul of the smoked flavor, are meticulously selected. The blades are honed to perfect sharpness, ready for precise cuts. The skilled workforce is in position, and the conveyor belt system begins to start up. The highest quality pork blocks, fresh, pink, and up to standard, officially enter the production line. The elasticity of each pork leg is tested entirely by the feel of the hands. The thin membrane on the pork belly is trimmed away with smooth, decisive knife strokes. Each block of meat is turned over and meticulously inspected to ensure the perfect lean-to-fat ratio. The firmness of the fat layer is also a deciding factor in the quality of the final product. Excess meat is neatly trimmed off, preserving the original rectangular shape. The meat surface is pristine, fully retaining its natural color and freshness. The perfect pork belly moves on to the flavor shaping stage. Coarse sea salt is the foundational ingredient for preservation and flavoring. A combination of brown sugar, black pepper, and rustic spices is added to the mixer. The heavy-duty mixing system begins to blend the dry ingredients. Each peppercorn is crushed, releasing its signature aroma throughout the room. Purified water is automatically pumped into the tank to prepare the brine. A powerful vortex completely dissolves the salt and dry spices into a unified mixture. The pork leg for the ham is fed into a specialized flavor-injecting system. Dozens of small needles operate rhythmically, injecting the brine deep into the muscle fibers. The meat absorbs the marinade, becoming plump and flavorful from the inside out. For the pork belly destined to be bacon, mechanical tumbling is an essential step. A mixture of salt and pepper is hand-rubbed over the entire surface of the meat. Each firm stroke of the hands helps the spices penetrate deeply into both the skin and fat. The marinated pork bellies are neatly stacked in specialized curing vats. A final layer of salt is spread on top to optimize the osmosis process. The entire batch is carefully transported into the cold storage system. The steel doors close tight, beginning a cold curing cycle that lasts for several days. The temperature is lowered to the ideal level, allowing natural enzymes to tenderize the meat. Time passes slowly, gradually locking the flavors inside. The curing process ends, and the cold storage doors open with a characteristic mist. The meat has now turned a deep red, with a firm texture and evenly infused spices. The excess salt on the surface is gently rinsed away under clean, running water. The water washes away the salt, revealing the glossy surface and appetizing color of the pork belly. The meat is securely fastened onto three-pronged stainless steel hanging hooks. The hooks pierce through the rind, ensuring the meat won't deform during the heating process. Rows of pork belly are now ready on the racks for the next stage. Returning to the ham, the large pork leg is fed into a stainless steel shaping tube. Powerful compression forces the meat to roll tightly into a perfect cylinder. An automated system wraps the meat block in a specialized cotton netting. Skillful and decisive hands tie tight knots at both ends of the net. The tension creates signature diamond patterns, helping the ham maintain its shape. The excess string is neatly snipped off, providing the highest aesthetic appeal. The finished ham is placed on the rack, joining the slabs of bacon. A final touch is made to ensure a flawless, perfectly round shape. The sound of clashing metal signals that the batch of meat is ready to move. The racks roll smoothly across the floor, heading toward the heart of the factory, the smokehouse. The doors of the massive industrial smoking chamber are pulled open. The heavy racks of meat are pushed into the tightly sealed thermal chamber. The doors slowly close, beginning the most crucial transformation stage. The safety latch locks tightly, ensuring a completely enclosed smoking environment. Temperature and time are set precisely according to the traditional recipe. In the firebox below, coals are already glowing red, radiating intense heat. Damp oak wood chips are spread evenly over the glowing embers. The temperature difference instantly creates thick, billowing white smoke. The smoldering fire heats the wood, releasing all its natural essential oils. The dense smoke travels through the duct system and floods into the main smoking chamber. The oak smoke gently envelops each hanging block of meat. Under the influence of heat and smoke, the bacon's exterior begins to turn golden brown. Pork fat begins to render, pooling into shimmering droplets on the surface. A sizzling sound echoes as drops of fat fall into the drip trays below. The ham also gradually takes on a beautiful mahogany coat. The ventilation doors are occasionally cracked open to regulate the smoke flow inside. The temperature in the chamber steadily rises, approaching the ideal cooking threshold. To verify the true doneness, a specialized thermometer is required. The probe is inserted straight into the core of the piping hot ham. Reaching the exact target core temperature is the sign of a perfect batch. Meat juices seep out, retaining the sweet moisture within the firm texture. The heating and smoking systems are shut down after hours of continuous operation. The chamber is thrown open, and heat and smoke pour out. The smoked meat is pulled out of the oven in anticipation. The bacon and ham emit an intoxicating aroma, their colors vibrant under the lights. The pork belly rind is slightly wrinkled, the spices caramelized, and the fat still simmering on the surface. The ham bears sharp net impressions, creating a highly appealing classic look. Carts quickly move the entire batch into the blast-chilling chamber. Powerful industrial cold air blows in, instantly locking in the temperature and moisture. The collision of intense heat and freezing air creates a mystical layer of fog. After cooling and resting for enough time, the meat reaches absolute firmness, ready for slicing. The ham's netting is removed, leaving behind a flawless diamond-patterned surface. The whole bacon slab is unhooked and brought down. The meat block is placed squarely onto the feeding bed of the industrial slicer. The clamping system grips the meat tightly, ensuring zero movement. The start button is pressed, and the slicing line officially begins. The massive circular blade spins at extreme speed, razor-sharp and precise. The bacon block moves forward, and the first slices rhythmically fall. Each paper-thin slice reveals a beautiful structure. Perfectly intertwined rind, fat, and lean meat. The machine automatically shingles the slices, gliding smoothly onto the stainless steel conveyor. The glossy marbling of the smoked pork belly proves the quality of a standard setting process. The slicer then takes in the perfectly round ham blocks. Wide, pale pink slices of ham with a smoky brown edge are continuously carved off. The cut surface is moist and smooth, retaining its juicy texture intact. Each stack of bacon is delicately picked up and manually inspected one last time. They are placed on an electronic scale to control the packaging weight. The exact portion is always guaranteed down to the gram. The stacked meat is then placed into transparent plastic forming trays. The workers' hands carefully arrange the slices so they lie perfectly flat and visually pleasing. The trays of ham also follow one another along the automated conveyor belt. The entire line of trays enters the industrial vacuum sealing system. A specialized plastic film is tightly draped over the surface of the meat trays. The sealing die lowers, sucking all the air out of the chamber. The plastic film hugs every fiber of the meat, protecting the product from oxidation. The vacuum-sealed trays slide out, perfectly and squarely cut apart. Every tray of meat must pass through a metal detector to ensure absolute safety. The conveyor belt continues feeding the products through an automated labeling system. The label is firmly pressed onto the packaging surface, marking the completion of production. The finished meat trays are neatly packed into cardboard boxes. The flaps of the cardboard boxes are folded down in a rhythmic motion. A strip of packing tape seals the box tightly, protecting the goods inside. The boxes glide along the roller conveyor toward the staging area. Dozens of boxes are stacked neatly and squarely on wooden pallets. Shrink wrap is wound tightly around the pallet, securing the entire load. A forklift hoists the pallet, moving smoothly across the factory floor. The premium batches of ham and bacon are loaded onto specialized refrigerated trucks. The truck doors slam shut, and the safety latch is securely fastened. The truck rolls out, carrying the traditional smoked flavor to consumers. Inside the factory, the lights begin to turn off, and the machinery takes a rest. A workday concludes, closing the process of creating culinary masterpieces, waiting to begin a new cycle tomorrow.